Jasmine, I'm so glad you're feeling better now. I'm gonna do your tag. I'm just gonna get right into it. Question one, what do you take for granted? Uh, the color of my skin. Yeah, that's a really big one. And I also take for granted my strength that I have remaining. It's remarkable how much I don't have. So, yeah, anyway, question two, have you ever been terrified? I have been terrified out of my life. When Alex was 2, we lived in a residential neighborhood, and he knew the way around because we walked everywhere. And one day he asked me if I would take him on a walk. It was a nice day. And I said, yeah, just give me a couple of minutes and I'll be right there. He didn't have a couple of minutes. So he took his little wooden ducky on a string, left the house, and took himself on a walk. And when I went to find him to go on the walk, he was nowhere to be seen. I ran up and down the street. I actually ran all the way down to the grocery store, which was 3 blocks away. I ran back. I could not find him. I looked in all the hiding places in our house. Couldn't find him. So I'm getting ready to call the police, and the mailman knocks on the door. He asked me, is this yours? And he had my little son by the hand, and my little son had his little wooden ducky on a string by the hand. Yeah, that's the most terrified I've ever been in my life. You don't do that. Okay, every mother's done it, every father's done it, but we just can't. I still get the heebie-jeebies when I think about that. Now that I have a little 1-year-old granddaughter, she's starting to walk, and she might get it in her head to cross the street to go to daycare to see the friends that take care of her there. Oh my God, I'm scared to death that's gonna happen. Anyway, my son and his wife know this story, so I hope they keep it in mind. It was awful. Question 3, what do you think about the supermarket? Well, in an American supermarket, they mostly sell food. Okay, in a supermarket which is owned by Mexican people in my neighborhood, you can also get kitchen gadgets and, little doodads, things, piñatas. So I actually do like the supermarket, but they don't have everything. I mean, I think I've actually gotten nails at the supermarket. Yeah, I like the supermarket. You don't have to go to as many stores. And if I see little doodads and things that look tempting, I just have to walk on by because I know I don't need them. Let me prove this. Nails. You don't need any more nails, Leanne. Okay. And yes, I am very well known for my group of Zoomy friends to have everything that is being discussed at the tips of my fingers right in front of me. How crazy is that? That's pretty crazy. Okay, next question. Look, it's written in bright pink and I'm having a hard time seeing it. Do you have a hard time accepting? What do you have a hard time accepting? I have a hard time accepting people that are MAGA minded. Let me just say that's the fastest way for my slow brain to think of it right now. But fascist, I cannot accept that way of thinking. It's not that I don't accept the people, because some of them have been lifelong friends. I just don't accept their way of thinking. Okay, question 5. How has your past shaped you? Sorry. Well, I grew up in the civil rights era of the 40s and 50s. So that shaped me into being an activist. But I also grew up in a very, 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 very huge, loving family. And so I know my siblings and I are passing that along, because my parents passed it along. And we're passing it along to our youngest generations now. And that's how, oh yeah, and when I was a kid, I don't know why, heavily involved in arts and crafts, and I'm still doing it. Okay, see you next week. Stay sick. I retract that statement. Stay well, everybody. Love you. Bye.